Coming up on Campus Currents Weekly, Pope Francis passes away at 88 years old. We dive into his incredible legacy. And the Broadway Garage is getting some major updates. We'll tell you how they could improve safety on campus. And stick around because we'll tell you what happened at the State of the University last Friday. You're watching Campus Currents Weekly. Good afternoon, Seattle University. My name is Caleb Stipkovits. At 88 years old, Pope Francis has passed away. The Pope leaves behind a legacy of many firsts. He's the first Pope born in the Americas, the first Pope to name himself Francis, and the first Jesuit Pope. Born as Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Argentina, the Pope was a preacher of peace and acceptance. He was often referred to as the People's Pope due to his humble lifestyle and care for human rights. In celebration of Pope Francis's life, Seattle University is dedicating the 12:30 p.m. Mass to his spirit every day for 9 days. The Sunday Mass will occur at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., and the last Mass in honor of the Pope is this Wednesday at the Chapel of St. Ignatius at 12:30 p.m. The school says all are welcome. SU is making some safety upgrades to the Broadway Garage. Starting on Wednesday, you will now need a valid Seattle U ID card to enter the garage. This includes both vehicles and pedestrians trying to enter. The school is also installing a mesh fence around the street level to improve safety. Many hope that the upgrades will help reduce carjacking and robberies in the garage by making it harder for invaders to get in. A full breakdown of the upgrades can be found at SU Today SharePoint site. With spring sports such as softball, baseball, and track wrapping up in May and June, we are now at the end of an era. Seattle U's time in the Western Athletic Conference, or WAC, is coming to a close. The Redhawks first joined the WAC in 2012, 4 years after making a return to D1 sports. In 13 years in the conference, Seattle U has had many memorable moments, including 6 men's and 5 women's soccer championships and 2 softball championships. Starting next year, Seattle U will play in the West Coast Conference, which the school was a member of in the 1970s. All right, don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll get you a full recap of Friday's State of the University event. And Seattle U is cutting and restructuring several programs in the near future. We'll tell you why it may have some ethical concerns. We're back after this. Welcome back to Campus Currents Weekly. SU President Eduardo Penalver gave his State of the University speech last Friday. I got a chance to attend the event. Let's take a look. The 2025 State of the University took place this Friday in the Piggott Auditorium. The speech featured several different speakers, including President Penalver. The president spoke about several things, including the recent announcement that SU and Cornish will be joining together, as well as SU's transition to the Western Athletic Conference next year. Most importantly, he announced the start of what he calls the biggest campaign in Seattle U history, one that is centered around technology.
One of the pillars of the campaign will be the creation of academic programs that seek to prepare our students for a world of rapid technological change. Change that presents its own challenges, but that also opens up a host of new opportunities.
After the president's speech, 4 speakers detailed different ways the campaign will be carried out, including how the school plans to deal with AI.
Developing guidelines for responsible and safe use of AI for everyone on campus. So making sure that we can balance the technological requirements of today with the needs of academic freedom, as well as with a safe and responsible approach to technology adoption.
And another speaker detailed a new program coming to SU.
I have the great delight to share with you a little bit about a new Seattle U program for teachers designed to increase access to computer science instruction for students across the state of Washington.
From the Seattle Spectator, I'm Caleb Stipkovits. Joining me now is our sports and opinions editor, Daniel Truog, who just wrote a piece on the slashing and restructuring of 7 academic programs at SU. So Daniel, what are some of your takeaways from your story?
Caleb, thanks for having me on. Big fan of Campus Currents Weekly, everything multimedia that you've been involved with here at the Spectator. So
Thanks.
it's really an honor to be part of episode 3.
Yes.
Number 3. Third time is a charm, is what I always say. And
Sure.
this article, you can read it on the Spectator's website. I worked very hard on it. Over Easter break, I didn't go anywhere or do much of anything, so I really poured my heart and soul into this story. And I think it's, 7 academic programs are getting cut. That's a big change for the university. It's environmental science bachelor's. It's
I know public affairs, the bachelor's is getting restructured, and I believe that something's happening to some of the grad programs as well.
Yes. Yeah. Mechanical and structural engineering masters are both getting cut. And I think, part of it is the university picked these programs because they're easy to, or because there's sort of a path to even the programs that are getting terminated to sort of, for them to live on in one way or another. Like the environmental studies or major, soon there will be an option where you can get a bachelor's of science in environmental studies. And so, there's sort of a path forward there. But as I go into in the article, there's sort of unique things about environmental science that make it special, make it worth, in my opinion, keeping around at Seattle U. And but also it's important to know, our university, we're dealing with a deficit right now.
Mm-hmm.
The administration, they have to do things they have to take action, and this is how they took action. And, I don't think we all want to see Seattle University stick around, continue to do great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's part of it. When I was writing this story, I really put everything I had into it.
Yeah.
Partway through, I ran out of deodorant. I just couldn't go to the store and buy any more. I was too busy. So yeah, I did actually go and buy deodorant today. So that
good timing, I guess, for being on the show.
Yes. Yeah, I did it for you. I did it for Campus Currents Weekly.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, as Daniel said, obviously it's always a tough decision when you have to, factor in what's getting cut and what's not getting cut. So definitely worth checking out Daniel's story. Once again, if you go to seattlespectator.com, you can find it there. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Caleb.
Of course. All right. Well, that's going to be it for Campus Currents Weekly this week. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and make sure that you're following us on social media. Make sure you're checking out our website. Thanks for tuning in once again. And next week, we will have a regular Campus Currents. It's our first of the quarter, so make sure to tune in. And until then, stay current, Red Hawks.